All right. Well, this is DaNisha Greene. I am with Everything Underground, and we are at the 2018 Boss Up Business and Entertainment Conference. And I am here with two wonderful, extraordinary ladies. We have Miss Lady J and we have Miss Delores Thornton. So I'm going to have you guys introduce yourselves a little bit, and then we'll go from there.
Well, I'm Lady J.
Okay. And tell us what you do and, your business that you have.
Everything.
Yeah. Just give us a little spiel real quick so I can dive into your questions, honey.
So I am the founder and owner of Ego Entertainment Network, which is a media production company.
Awesome.
Consists of a magazine, podcast, radio, and television.
Okay.
I also own also own Life Support Company, LLC. It's a life coaching and mentoring company for youth and families.
Okay.
And I'll just stop there because the list is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
But yeah, those are my two main
businesses,
babies, and I'm very passionate about. So.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's beautiful. And Miss Delores?
Well, the main thing that I do is publishing. I started my Marguerite Press company in 1996, Marguerite Press Incorporated, and I assist authors and other entrepreneurs with small business startups, help them get their books out. I've published 7 of my own books, area pastors' books, and I'm included in several anthologies. Do everything like major events, putting on the first annual Indianapolis Book Festival June 16th for the library.
Ooh, awesome.
Going to be recognized on June 2nd by the Golden Girls Club, the largest African-American book club in the nation, as a local literary legend. I am so honored.
Child, I like the way you said that.
So, yeah.
That is awesome.
I'm happy to be here at Boss Up, trying to help a lot of other people get bossed up on today.
Okay, I love it. Yes. So just to throw that out there, I am a fashion consultant and a wardrobe stylist. So I do a lot of production. And when you mentioned the library, that's where I can connect because I actually did the Meet the Artists.
Yeah.
The 29th annual. So that was in 2017. So I love Tony Rafford and Cordia Watkins and all the staff over there. They're very nice people. But so we're here at the Boss Up 2018 conference. I know you didn't mention you were with JQLM.
Yes, so JQLM Radio is the name of the radio station under Ego Entertainment, and we've been covering the Boss Up conference. We actually sponsored the youth night last night at the Boss Up conference.
Very fun.
I know that was
Ego
awesome.
Entertainment. Yes, it was fun. I was tired.
Wow.
I bet you were.
It was fun.
It was a tough crowd, let's be clear here. But I love the way that Miss Lady J definitely knows how to work with kids. You're very good with them. They very attentive, and it was a very good thing. I just love, hearing about the young entrepreneurs and business owners and just being able to share a little bit with them. So I thought that was a great deal. So now, Miss Delores, do you ever help any kids write any books or any children, any youth?
I have helped children. I even helped my grandson. He was in like 3rd grade, and now he's a senior in high school.
Okay.
He wrote a book about butterflies and something like that. But I normally help with children's workshops.
Okay.
I'm also a licensed ordained minister, and I'm over the Christian education department in my church. So I'm over all youth activities.
Okay.
So I always interact with youth and try to help them with arts, crafts, literature, anything like that. Because when you were talking about Meet the Artists, I'm on the African American History Committee, that component of the library. And years ago, I used to be a tutor.
Oh, okay.
So I have always been involved with youth because I think we have to, that old saying, we have to grow up a village. We have to, start them out and bring them up. So I'm always around children. I have so many grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
So, I'm a youth coordinator.
Okay.
Love it.
That's amazing. So I have a couple of questions specifically for you two based on you are in different parts of the industry, but still the artistic side of entrepreneurship and small business. And what would you say would be a great marketing strategy that maybe someone in your field would need to do, like something that they don't do or you see that's lacking that you would give an advice on as far as like marketing?
Which industry?
I would say media. because I see a lot of people in media, and so I know that you see it too, and something maybe that you've done that you had to like, okay, that doesn't work. Maybe I should go back and do something different. My approach.
Well, outside of what I do, business is is one of my passions too. It's like a hobby. So I did that in the corporate world, building businesses, building platforms. So studying whatever industry that I'm working in is always essential if you really want to know how to work it, the ins and outs. So what I did was I actually started a platform in 2016. I was able to grow that platform fairly fast, up to 200,000 people.
Oh wow!
Within a year, so in 86 countries.
Oh wow!
So what I did was I studied the mega internet radio platforms out now, which is Pandora and iHeartRadio, to see what their structure was like, where they went wrong, and things of that sort. So if you are interested in something like internet radio, for instance, you have to internet radio is not just local, so it's worldwide.
Right.
So what I did was I made sure that we were out in the community covering events. Every single event, you have people showing you, hey, I downloaded your app, or download the app right there, or tuning in, things of that sort, and you get so many opportunities, and people just hopping on. You know, so connecting with people, making them feel like they're a part, I noticed was the biggest thing. And I noticed that the very first thing you would need to do in radio is build your listenership. So give them something. What are people interested in? What do they want to hear? Things of that sort. Give them whatever content or music or whatever it is that you're putting out there to draw them in. So know who your target audience is. So study your target audience. What is it that they love? What is it that you can offer that they feel like they're lacking? And then you want to connect with the people. So that would be my advice for anybody that's looking to start, let's say, a radio station. So you definitely want to build your listenership, and the best way to do that is you got to get out there, connect with people, show them, you know, what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're providing. If you jump into it just expecting to gain money out of it then, it's not going to work, because this industry works opposite of most other industries. Right.
Okay, now Ms. Delores, for you as an literary legend honoree, what would you say for those in the industry or wanting to write a book? Or, well, because that's a little bit different for someone. So let's say someone who has written a book or a manuscript, I don't know the exact terminology, and maybe they have it, but maybe they have it out, but maybe the sales aren't good. What would you say they should do marketing wise, or should they build like a listenership or a readership, or build a following first before you put a book out, or how does that work? What would you say?
I always tell authors that what they need to do is market and promote endlessly. They need to market and promote. It should be a room full of them down here today. You know, because people don't take marketing seriously ever since the onset of the internet. They think all they have to do is every 5 minutes go Facebook Live and say, look at me this way, look at me that way, now I'm doing this, you know. And when I started, there was no Facebook. There literally was no internet. And so I traveled the country and made connections and contacts that I still have to this day. People don't understand, authors don't understand they need to market to libraries, get involved in library programs, and then they need to support other authors. You know, there's just so many things. People think they can just sit down and write a book and put it on Amazon and it's over. But like I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter if you write the bestseller in town. If nobody knows you have it, it's not going to do you any good. And so marketing is a job in and of itself. Sometimes if you are not equipped, you have to farm jobs out. And I have been hired as a publicist to mainstream authors to promote, and that's how I got the title of Queen of Promotion from CNB of New York. I was so aggressive in my promotion, and a lot of authors don't want to do that, or they can't do that. And you know, like I tell people, you can come to workshops. You know, some of them are free, some of them are very reasonable. Like I told people, the workshop I'm giving today is worth $500. I offered it for $25, and the reason I know it's worth $500, that's what we're paying for the lady that's coming in 2 weeks. from the library that we hired to give a workshop.
Right.
That's 1 hour. I offered a 2-hour workshop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that and I'm offering everything
Right.
from small business startup, getting EIN numbers, DUN numbers, starting your business, everything any entrepreneur would need to know to be legitimate. They jump up here and say, have these pictures of logos. They're not registered.
Nope.
The state doesn't know about them. They don't have any business taxes on file. The state office building, the IRS can come and arrest them.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a
Going
lot
through
to
that
it.
right now. Not arresting, but
it's a lot
they're like,
to it.
hey, where's
it's a lot.
your file your taxes for your business.
It's a lot to having a business, and the average author should be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
They need to, because when you just write a book and you turn it over, to someone else, you need to have control.
Okay.
Unless you have a 6-figure, deal on it. But if
okay.
you're self-publishing it, you need to have a business.
Okay.
As well as a book.
Okay. Something you mentioned, and I'll ask both of you to comment, was about if you know that you're not equipped to do a job, for example, marketing, you need to know that you need to invest in yourself and pay someone to do that job, whether it's a marketing firm or, like you said, a publicist. And even in my industry, in fashion, I'm either gonna go with an agency or I'm gonna have to hire a publicist, because that's what they like. Publicists are used in every form of the industry or any industry.
Anything.
So when you said that, I'm like, okay, so would you say that in business, you definitely need to invest in yourself by actually hiring someone to help you in areas that you feel like you need to be?
I agree with that. So I teach a class called Business Bangers. It's the Business Bangers Help Shop. I do that once a month.
Okay. You said Business Bangers?
Business Bangers Help Shop.
Okay.
So I'm teaching people what it is, like Ms. Delores said, how to have a successful business and things like that. So there are 52 ways to market and brand yourself. 52 different ways.
I need to take that class.
And a lot of us don't realize, even if you don't have the money to hire a publicist or somebody, bartering.
Yeah.
That's money. People don't realize that. You can count that as income on your taxes or an expense. So when you have, but we have to be willing to do the work. Terrence Leffridge out of Chicago, he's known as Mr. Unstoppable. He says, invest in yourself at the level you want to see a return. Okay. You can't expect people to buy into whatever it is that you're trying to give to them if you're not buying into it yourself.
Right.
If Ms. Delores wants me to buy her book, but she doesn't want to take the time to market and promote to me or tell me why I need to read it or what's important about it, then why should I buy it? She doesn't believe in it enough to even talk about it.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So that that in essence, it just makes sense. I think a lot of us we are in a microwave society. We want everything quick.
Yes. I just said that yesterday.
It's almost like you want
instant gratification.
Exactly.
You
want a Thanksgiving meal. You want it to taste like a Thanksgiving meal, but you want to put it in the microwave. Well, you have to go through a process.
Exactly.
And
a
for it to
process.
exactly.
Yes.
And if you notice, the more work you put into something, the longer the life that
longevity.
It will.
Exactly.
It will be extended. So, if you take 2 minutes to throw something together, then it probably won't do well or last long. So, definitely, I agree with what Ms. Delores says. You definitely, whatever area you're not good in, find somebody that will do that job for you. Either you can pay them, barter a service or something, but you have to be, and you got to stick with it.
Yeah,
right.
You may not see, you may, be 3 months in or a year in, and think this is not working or this is not. Stick with it. So not everybody's. Whatever it is that you're in, not everybody's stuff jumps off just like that. You have to stick with it.
Like an instance of sex.
Right.
What would you say, Ms. Delores?
Well, I would say, for over 20 years, I've just been in business by myself. And this year, I finally realized that I needed additional help.
Okay.
And so now I have a consultant and I have a business coach.
Oh, okay.
And my business coach wanted to be here today, but she had to be in Chicago.
Okay.
She's actually studying for her doctoral degree, and she is really accomplished, in the business world, in addition to being a registered nurse and a soccer mom and everything else. But that just goes back to what I was saying earlier. Be willing to form jobs out. Know your limits. Know what you can do. Know your strong suits. Because nobody can be perfect at everything.
Right.
And so there are going to be areas, and I was doing it, but I was just stretched so thin. I have put on major book events sitting on my front room couch that I put on in New York.
Oh, wow.
Everything from getting the place, the caterer, doing all the airline reservations, and getting my keynote speaker, everything from and there are some people,
And then you weren't actually there on the day of?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but just the pre-planning, absolutely.
I organized it and coordinated and did everything. But there are people today, there are even authors, and, I hate to say it, but they are so ill-equipped. Like I may say, send me a synopsis of your book. Some people don't know what it is. I have gone to book signings. People will open that front flap and sign their name. I mean, just letting everybody know just how, amateurs they are, just amateurs, because, really you have defaced a book if you sign there. There is a title page it's just so much that people don't know that they don't know. Yeah. And so they need to come to workshops.
To help develop the business.
To learn what to do, because you come across as not, knowing your own business when you do things like that.
I absolutely agree. Even in the industry that I'm in fashion and beauty, you'll have someone that maybe has like thousands of followers, maybe 1 million followers, and they're not accomplished or they don't know what they're doing. And then they get on a job and it's like, oh, wow. Yeah. We shouldn't have hired her without, properly vetting her, because someone may have all these followers on social media, but, they don't have the actual talent or the knowledge. So it all goes hand in hand. I definitely think that people need to invest in themselves and definitely, go to workshops. I always say like continuous education. People in the beauty industry and the fashion. Most people are self-taught in certain instances. But if you are self-taught or it's a passion or a hobby, something you didn't go to school for, then that's when you immerse yourselves in workshops and different networking. And the last topic I want to touch on before we wrap up is something that I am like, I don't know if I'm not going to say I came up with it, but just came to my mind. It's like new age networking. What does that mean to you, and how does that benefit business when you hear new age networking?
To me, I wouldn't really say there is no new age networking outside of networking through
social media
and social media.
Okay.
I mean, networking is nothing more than getting a group of people together or be willing to go out to talk, to connect with other people, to build a network of individuals that have maybe tools and knowledge that are beneficial to each other. Okay. I mean, that's about it. At the end of the day, networking, there are a lot of people that do a lot of networking events and nothing really comes out of it.
Okay. Right.
So I tell people all the time, you have to remain teachable and coachable. If you're not teachable and coachable, then you can do all the networking events you want and still won't have what you need.
Exactly.
So if you're going to do network events, then you need to make sure that you are networking and connecting with people that can help you in an area that you need. And same thing for them, that are coming out and meeting you.
Exactly.
Or do you have something beneficial that that I need, or if it's going to be a networking event simply for support, make sure that you are connecting with people that are interested in whatever it is that is being presented. Because if you get people there that aren't really interested, it's
not productive.
Exactly. It was no point. So you just wasted a few hours.
Absolutely. Right. So we have about 1.5 minutes, and Miss Delores, I'm gonna have you two just basically tell us what you have coming up next, where people can follow you, whether it's social media or your website, things like that. I'm going to have you go first, Ms. Delores.
All right. My website is DaloresThornton.org.
Okay.
Another website is MargueritePress.org, the name of my company. I'm on Facebook, all forms of social media, and I have coming up next Saturday, like I said, on June 2nd, I will be downtown at the Hyatt Regency with the Go On Girls, their 26th annual National Awards program, when I get my crown.
Okay.
And then after that, on June 16th, I will be downtown at the Indianapolis Public Library, free and open to the public, a Juneteenth celebration. It's going to be awesome. The biggest literary event Indiana has ever had. So I'm excited about that. And then I'm putting together an artist gallery for the Center for Interfaith Cooperation. I'm also on there, a part of their committee. So do a lot, stay busy, and people can contact me 24/7.
Awesome.
Awesome.
What about you, Miss Lady J?
So you can follow me at on all social media.
Okay.
Under Ego Entertainment or JQLM Radio.
Okay.
Also www.ladyj.co. You can find out everything you need to know about Lady J.
Okay.
Okay, and it's all the Ego Entertainment is connected on there and everything. We have a youth summer camp coming up, youth media summer camp starting on June 9th through July 7th. So bring your kids out.